Hey, Ben Brook here. Thank you for watching. I wanted to talk a little bit about this particular video that I'm about to share with you. When the summer solstice rolled around, I had an opportunity to get away for a 2-night camping trip, and immediately I took it. It did come with some potential risks and some choices. We had had a period of heavy rain for the last week. It was still raining actually as I was driving to camp. And I reached the trailhead just at the point of last light. I think the summer solstice, the last light was supposed to be at 9:11, and I got there, just about that time. So there's some unique concerns that I had about being solo, arriving at the trailhead at night, and having to think through that. So I want to kind of walk you through my logic there. Also, some choices I had to make in terms of figuring out where I wanted to stay, what campsites, and some potential risks involved with those. But once I get you to camp, I'm going to walk you through just briefly my pack and also my setup with my tarp and hammock setup for the evening in this particular video, which is part one of a two-part, at least two-part, maybe three-part series of videos from this trip. So thank you for watching, and without further ado, I'll plunge you into my arrival at the trailhead.
Well, let's see. Don't do too much light. It's 9:12 at the Robbins Branch trailhead. And I've got some decisions to make. Everything is dripping. It's rained here recently. It's not raining now. Heavy rain means that the creek I was going to cross is probably going to be pretty high, and I don't know that I want to negotiate that at night. Rain also means there are lots of frogs out. That means there are also lots of snakes out. So traipsing around on dark trails at night is not my number one activity. So I've got some decisions to make, anyway.
Fact I learned from livescience.com literally the day before this trip.
Well, Ben Brook back. I'm down the trail a ways. I've taken a branch, a fork. I don't know if you can see this, but this is my trail. And it's wet. That's the first footprint I've seen in a long time. Filled with water, so I want to guess that it's old. Alright, well anyway, what I'm doing is the nerve-wracking process of hiking in after dark on wet trails that encourage froggies to hop out on them, and things that like froggies also hop out on them. In other words, snakies. Alright, so there you can see a mirrored blaze. I got a double blaze here. If I don't want to camp, if I don't want to cross the creek, this is my best bet. Choices. See my breath, so I guess it's cooling off here. So the choice boils down to this. I've been this way before. I've camped down here before, and I found evidence of somebody set up like a bench and dog run and a saw and stuff like that. So I could get all the way down there and find that again. On the other hand, there are no cars in the parking lot. It's rainy. This will be the quickest camp that I could go to. If I wanted to hike on tomorrow, I could. Or I could hike down to the creek, which is probably hugely full from all the rain we've had. We've had 3 or 4 inches of rain last week or so. Last several days, really. And I could see if I could ford it. I do have Crocs. I may do that. I don't know. I'll come back to you when I figured this out. Okay, for all that the night has its creepy aspects, like you don't know whether or not you should look up and find the spider webs or look down for the snakes, there are also some really cool discoveries. Like, take a look at this lichen. Crazy. And the ferns at night are pretty. Okay, I can hear the creek ahead. That's unusual in recent weeks. I haven't been able to hear it at all. But it's not a deafening roar either. So the moment of truth is coming up here, having walked all the way down here to the creek. And that moment of truth is, will it be crossable? Oh yeah. Definitely crossable. But holy cow, it has eroded the bank over there. Just a whole lot. Alright, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to make this crossing because I'm tired. I didn't know if I really wanted to hike all the way down here and, discover that I'd have to hike back up the mountain to get to a different camp on the other side of the creek. But I'm going to be able to make this crossing and head to a camp that I'm going to like. So just a question of placing my feet reasonably carefully. This isn't bad at all. And there went a frog. That surprised me. But no copperhead chasing it, so that's good. Okay. Can't complain about that for a crossing. After that creek crossing, I can tell you, since that worked out, my brain is kind of a little bit more relaxed, and that's a little bit more dangerous. I still need to keep a lookout for snakes. But anyway, this and spider webs. This campsite I'm headed to is a pretty good ways up here, but it's up on a hill, so it drains. And even though I'm in a hammock having bug flying in my ear, even though I'm in a hammock, having a dry campsite is something that appeals to me, particularly because it can drain and dry off more once I set up my tarp and get ready to hunker down and do just whatever I want. It's the beauty of camping. That's where that looks like it popped up very recently. Oh, look at this little snail. Things you see when you stop. Glad I stopped. Hello, the snail. Good luck in your existence. Alright, back to snake watch. Look, another variation. Huh. Did not walk through that one. And I'm glad. He's a big boy. Oh well. Right, I didn't have time to show you all this earlier. My hat. It has been treated in permethrin like all my clothes. This is my belt kit, and I'll go over that in the daylight maybe in terms of what I brought this time. This is my pack. This is a LL Bean Continental rucksack, is what they call it. It's a 33 liter, and as you can see, I've kind of pushed it because I'm eating fairly elaborately, and because of that I have a whole lot of food in there that will deplete itself pretty rapidly. Certainly come tomorrow night, so that when I head out I'll be in good shape. But just wanted to show you that before I started getting my stuff unloaded. Hey, Bentberg back here. So I want to be setting up my AquaQuest tarp because there's a lot of water dripping off trees and it may rain again. But I'm excited. This is the first time for my new rope kit that I put together, which is in this Cuban fiber bag. And it features a paracord ridgeline with some toggles for prussics for holding the tarp out, and then some guy lines. So let me get this going with the ridge line. Okay, Bentberg back here. I know this lighting is pretty terrible, but so over here for fair weather, I have a cord for hanging my backpack. However, it's dripping water everywhere tonight, so I'm not using it. This convenient little cedar tree, which I fear is dead, makes a nice little post for hanging things, so I've used that. And over here we have my tarp. So let me walk you through my setup with the tarp tonight. These are, oh, I forget what they're called, MSR groundhogs, I think. Yeah, it says it right on the side. Really like these stakes. They have a twisty kind of curve to them. They have a ridge to catch a guy line, and they have a loop to pull them up, but it's also reflective so that you can see it really well. This is Lawson Klein's, what's this called? I think it's just called guy wire. I don't remember the size. It knots beautifully. It's absolutely perfect for this. And this is my AquaQuest Defender 10x10 tarp. And these are the damn kamikaze bugs that have been attacking me and driving me crazy. Alright, so this is my newest addition. I made these toggles out of old arrows, used some of Lawson Klein's cord, put a prusik in here on a different sized ridge line, and that's what's holding up my tarp. I'm using toggles and cords. This is a whoopee sling. This is my Warbonnet XLC. I've not set up the side cords because I got to cut stakes. And there's my, I don't know what you want to call it, basement. I don't know what you call that, but my floor to my tarp. It's a piece of Tyvek. I got that online. It's actually designed for kite making, but it's really lightweight. I washed it. It's really whisper quiet now, waterproof, white, so it shows up everything that you put on it. And currently that's all my gear just lying around for now. I'll neaten that up and stow it better before I go to bed. So I just wanted to show you things. It is 11:08 p.m. on the evening of the summer solstice. Okay, dive bombing bugs, as you may have seen, driving me nuts. Alright, I'm going to go find some sticks, turn out the bright light, turn on the darker light, they don't seem to come at me as much, and make some stakes. So I'll get back to you later. There is my food, a bear bag so to speak, but here it's more like a raccoon or something bag, and it's tied off to this tree. When I was looking around, I found this titanium stake, and that's good because I'm going to guy out my tarp with a couple of extra guys just to make it a little bit tauter against the rain. It'll probably sag, so I need to find another stick suitable for carving a stake with my Eldris. Unless I can find another titanium steak, I'll certainly go for that. But anyway, we'll see. It's always great to look around campsites. A bent brick back here. I'm now in my war bonnet, ready for the night. And I don't have a lot to say. Just thanks for watching so far. I appreciate it. Ready for a good night's sleep. Hope y'all get one too. Talk to you later.